Go order yourself a pizza. It's Friday night.
And the mood is right. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGIF.
Based on the popular Archie comic of the same name, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which I will henceforth refer to as Sabrina, premiered on September 27, 1996 in over 17 million living rooms.
This is so not me.
The show's unofficial pilot aired in April of that year as a TV movie before becoming the ABC series. The TGIF iteration was based on Sabrina Spellman, played by Melissa Joan Hart. Sabrina was a regular teenager until she woke up on her 16th birthday and discovered that she was a witch. That her aunts, Hilda, played by Caroline Rhea, and Zelda, played by Beth Broderick, were also witches. And that their cat Salem, voiced by Nick Bakay, could talk. Oh, and that she was living with them because her dad Edward was a warlock living in the other realm, and her mom Diana was a mortal archaeologist who Sabrina never saw because she would turn into a ball of wax if she was ever in the same room as her daughter. Just a normal 16th birthday. The show was unique in its matriarchal focus, something that almost didn't happen. The original male head writer left before production got underway and Nell Scoville stepped in. She appreciated that the network was going to let her write her dream weird teenage girl character. She even fought for Sabrina's mother to remain in the show when Disney wanted to kill her off. They do love a dead mom. The reasoning was that they couldn't imagine a mother leaving her child, to which Nell responded, "She trusts the aunts. Sabrina's in good hands. Plus, Sabrina's dad is off working in the other realm, and you don't have a problem with that." Not to mention the whole ball of wax thing. The first season gave us all of the above, plus Sabrina's tormentor Libby, played by Jenna Lee Green, the cheerleader, her bestie Jenny, and her crush, heartthrob Hobby, played by Nate Richard. Then Sabrina turned 17 and found out that she had to deal with the quiz master, played by Allie Mee Ballard, in order to get her witch's license. There was also that whole thing with Hilda and the insipid Mr. Kraft, but Lindsay Sloan did join the cast as Sabrina's new bestie Valerie, and she was great. Between season 2 and season 3, there was another TV movie wherein Sabrina went to Rome. As Sabrina turned 18 and obtained her witch's license, she learned that she had to solve her family secret, which was that every Spellman has an evil twin. As Sabrina entered the 4th season, Valerie moved away to Alaska, Libby went to boarding school, and Melissa Joan Hart was fired from the show. You did hear me right. Melissa had been promoting her new film, Drive Me Crazy, around that time, and as part of the promotion, she appeared on the October 1999 cover of Maxim in nothing but her underwear with a sheet covering her. It was Maxim. The cover line read, "Sabrina, your favorite witch without a stitch." Archie Comics not only fired her for it, but also sued her, claiming that it was a violation of her contract, which stipulated that she would never play the character of Sabrina naked. Obviously, Melissa fought back. The Maxim cover was a promotion for her movie, not for the show, and she had no control over the cover line. While she was reinstated on the show, she was tied to the pyre of public opinion and had to endure media-led debates over whether or not she was allowed to be sexy at 23. It did help Drive Me Crazy, though, become a massive success. Weirdly, it did not seem to help the reach of the sequel of Sabrina Goes to Rome, Sabrina Down Under. As for Sabrina, she became a mentor to the other realmer, Dreama, played by China Shavers. She also got a job at the coffee shop where she met pretentious Josh, played by David Lasher, who was also in Clueless as Josh, remember? She cheated on Harvey by kissing Josh and they broke up, but then they got back together, but then Sabrina cast too many spells on Harvey and he found out that she was a witch and dumped her for goodsies. Apparently, they tried to write Harvey out in order to make the show more grown up, and while the show was without Harvey, it was also without ABC. ABC would only offer a renewal for the 5th season, but production wanted a further commitment that ABC was unwilling to agree to. Viacom, the production company, also wanted an increased fee per episode, and ABC offered $1.2 million, but only for one season. The WB, however, offered $650,000 per episode, but would give a 2-season confirmation as long as Sabrina met ratings targets. With that, Sabrina headed to college in the 5th season on the WB. She moved out to a house on campus with 3 roommates: Morgan, played by Lisa Donovan, another TGIF alum; Roxy, played by Soleil Moonfry; and Miles, played by Trevor Lissar. To keep the ants in the mix, Hilda bought the coffee shop that Sabrina and Josh worked at, and Zelda became a professor at Sabrina's college. Then the WB made a smart move when they brought back Harvey in the 6th season, although watching him date Morgan was annoying. Watching Sabrina date Josh was also super annoying. What a putz. It was highly evident in this season that the WB was over the show and wanted to wrap it up as they married off Hilda, turned Zelda into a child, and made Sabrina lose all the greatest loves of her life, effectively writing out Josh since David wanted to leave the show to pursue other projects. As the show moved into its 7th and final season, it was no longer meeting those ratings targets. I wonder why. Roxy Morgan moved into the Spellman house and the WB just disappeared miles. Sabrina started working at the music magazine Scorch and became engaged to Aaron, played by Canadian Dalen Neal, who looked way too old for her. Thankfully, Sabrina called off the wedding and ran off with Harvey at 12:36 p.m. on the dot, which is exactly when they met during the first season. Maybe the ratings would have been higher if Sabrina and Harvey had reunited earlier. But where are they now? I can tell you. While Sabrina may have dipped out on her wedding, Melissa didn't. She got married to Mark Wilkerson a few months after the season ended. They have 3 fetal collabs and she has appeared on Melissa and Joey with Joey Lawrence, Dancing with the Stars, and loves a good made-for-TV movie. Caroline left the show to launch her own TV talk show before hosting The Biggest Loser. She also appeared on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and reprised her role as Hilda on The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. She still does stand-up comedy. Beth has continued appearing in films like Timber Falls, Fly Away, and The Merry Gentleman. She has also appeared alongside Hilda in the Sabrina revival. Jenna went from screen to stage, landing a role in the first North American run of Wicked before transferring to Wicked on Broadway. She continued acting as well, appearing in shows like Ghost Whisperer and Castle. Nate continued acting, and he's also a musician and songwriter. He's very active on the gram, and in an adorable TGIF real-life crossover, he is dating Natanya Ross, who was on Billy, and was also one of my favorite movies of all time, The Babysitter's Club. They hung out with Jenna over the holidays, Harvey and Libby. Allie Mee went on to appear in some pretty big shows like Dark Angel, Numbers, that was a good show, CSI, The Catch, and Law & Order. Lindsay went on to appear in another one of my favorite movies of all time, Bring It On, Nancy Drew, and Horrible Bosses. She also appeared in Grosse Pointe, The Stones, and The Odd Couple. Soleil went on to do a lot of voice acting, appearing in The Proud Family and Bratz. She's also appeared in some Christmas TV movies and in the reboot of her childhood show, Punky Brewster. But I think one of my favorite projects that Soleil has done recently is her documentary Kid 90, where she used her own archival footage to showcase what it was like growing up as a child star in the 90s. Trevor has also continued acting, appearing in Reno 911 and La La Land. He's mostly focused on music now, though. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked this one. If you did, please save it and share it with your friends. It really does help spread the good word of the cult. And don't forget to follow me over on the gram, the tube of the U, just in case we don't know what's going to happen to this app. I'm in Canada. Good day, and may the cult be with you.